Hello everyone, it's Corrina and Ambree. We've gathered up 10 relaxing triggers for you to share to help you relax. Do you want to tell them about how you reacted the first time hearing some of these sounds in the headphones?
Yes, I was very surprised. There's some ordinary objects, and I feel like sounds that we take for granted. But when you hear them amplified, they really do something special. And they give you those ASMR tingles. So I think in a way, it's a way of creating another form of art.
Yes.
With sound. Because art enables us to express some kind of emotion through sound. So this is the emotion of calm and relaxation.
I love that. Whenever someone comes over the first time we do ASMR, I will have them put the headphones on and just listen to some different sounds. And Ambree just really took to it. And I walked back in the room and she had put the headphones back on and was just picking up different objects to listen to. And so I thought that was just so cool. Sometimes people don't know what to think of it, the sounds. And then sometimes people just embrace it.
Yeah.
And immediately recognize, like you were saying, like the art that is the sound. Even if it's just something mundane and everyday, like your purse. The most amazing ASMR purse ever.
I love the sound of this. I think texture is so cool. Not only is it appealing to the eye, but to the ear.
Yes.
So this is amplifying your senses in a way. And I think we don't realize how much our ears can really help us relax and help us just enjoy the natural world when we hear it through that amplified level of sound. Another really pretty bag that I have is this gold crystal bag. It really looks pretty in the light, but
So pretty.
yes, it creates two different sounds. And then if I apply more pressure with my fingertips and press down, more of a rough, smooth sound. Almost like a snake gliding through rough terrain.
There's also that tactile sensation too, with textures. How does something feel in your fingertips? something look, sound. We don't have any smells in this particular video, but that's another very powerful sensory input when we are around familiar smells or calming smells. Maybe like the smell of a certain perfume that reminds you of your mom, or the smell of freshly baking bread.
I love that smell.
Which is such a nostalgic feeling for me.
Chocolate chip cookies out of the oven.
Yes, one of the best smells. I also love the smell of flowers blooming, like right after a rainstorm. And all of the green of the trees is ultra vibrant.
Yes.
And the aroma of the flowers and the grass. And it's like all of the plant life is just going,
Yeah. A big breath from all the plants.
mm-hmm. And definitely in Texas, where it gets quite warm, those lovely little showers just help everything have a sigh of relief, quenching that thirst created by the heat.
One of my favorite smells are fresh, cleaned sheets.
Yes.
Out of the dryer. And not only is it the smell that's enticing, but it's also the feel. Especially when you're cold and you wrap yourself up in a warm, soft sheet. It feels like a warm, gentle hug.
Sometimes in the winter, I'll put my robe or my towels or my blanket in the dryer to warm up for a couple minutes. Just because I love how that feels.
Yes.
It's like a warm, comforting embrace. And it's just so calming having a sensation like that.
You can sit there with your cup of tea or hot cocoa, like to snuggle up with a book, snuggle up with your loved one or your dog.
Yes.
Or those warm sheets too. Big comfy warm robe, big comfy sheets, comforter.
So, Ambree brought with her this beautiful little, it's like a decorative sphere. But it also has this amazing texture and kind of this crazy sound. But anything that helps us to feel a little more connected with our surroundings, a little more connected to our bodies, the sensations we feel, just has such a relaxing effect.
I love any kind of sphere, and I love the texture on this one.
Yeah, it looks like hundreds of little tiny raindrops on it.
Yes.
I definitely find myself kind of attracted to things like this. If you're at like Pier 1 or Hobby Lobby even. These things that are just kind of beautiful. This is from Hobby Lobby a few years ago.
Hobby Lobby is amazing.
It's amazing.
They normally have really amazing sales too.
Which is good because it's a little overpriced. In case you're listening, Hobby Lobby.
We love you though.
We love you. We will pay your overpriced fees, but we would appreciate if you want to sponsor us.
You know, one of my favorite hobbies when I was younger was using my birthday money and redecorating my room.
So cute.
And so Hobby Lobby waited for the sales, and that was my place to go.
Yes. I could just listen to this weird thing all day.
You know what? It reminds me of laying on the beach, and the wind is rustling through the tall grass. Now imagine a whooshing ocean sound in the background. The breeze blowing through. I feel like anything water related just helps me feel centered.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Brings me back to that really calm state. I love this. It's just some sparkly confetti.
So sparkly.
It reminds me of like a sleigh being pulled by reindeer, like Santa's sleigh.
I love that. I love anything that's sparkly and shiny.
Yes.
And if it also makes cool noises, that's like a triple win in my book.
Yes. So there's so many wonderful objects that we have here, and we just pulled a few to help play for you guys today.
This is my dry skin brush. And I just love the bristle sound. And then when I'm using it on my body, I definitely get a little ASMR just hearing it moving closer or farther from my body. Use it on my legs. And it's just a super soothing sensation and a soothing sound. So I just love that.
I love dry brushing. I tried it a few months ago, and it's just super amazing for the body. Taking a nice warm bath after dry brushing. Really just moving that lymph around, detoxifying with some Epsom salts. You can even put some of that mud in there to help draw toxins. What is it? The Amazonian clay powder, which I absolutely love.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely think that the kind of home spa treatments that we treat ourselves to, it's so important. And sometimes when I'm doing health coaching sessions with people, I'll actually prescribe them to do more self-care.
That is wonderful.
And I'm like, treat it like this is your prescription medication. But instead of medication you have to pay for, it's just time that you have to set aside for yourself to do something you enjoy.
I love that. And you realize that time will come back tenfold because you'll have clearer concentration. You'll make more sound decisions, showing your body that self-love, that care. You are capable of so much more when you give yourself that time and give the body that ability to rest, to heal, so you can show up in your life as your best self.
Definitely.
So actually during the bath, that's when I like to meditate. There's a feeling of floating, weightless, in the water, super hot water, when your body just feels at ease. It brings your heart rate up a bit, yet calms your mind at the same time, really putting you in a state like no other. So during that time of quiet, I let my mind go where it wants to go. And I let whatever thoughts come to my mind naturally arise. And if they're negative, then I acknowledge them and I move on to more productive thoughts.
Yes, I love that.
What is your favorite form of meditation?
I think for me, I feel the most ease, so to speak, with feeling like I can control my mind a little bit more after I've done some kind of physical activity, like a yoga practice or going for a run or walk. Here in Texas, it's so warm. You work up a sweat just walking outside to get the mail.
Yes.
So,
Forget about your shower after
yeah,
that.
forget about it. But I definitely find that when my body is warm and I've done some kind of physical activity, that when I sit down on my little meditation cushion and maybe run essential oils in the diffuser, something like that, really helps me to be able to calm down. And meditation is not to think of nothing. I know for many years I would hear people talk about meditation, and I was like, how can you not think of anything? But really, it's about controlling what you're thinking about. So you bring your attention and your focus onto a single object, or sometimes people use their breath, because we all have that, right?
Being in tune with your body.
So you're just focusing your attention on something, and then you notice all of those other thoughts that still come into your mind. There's no way to turn them off like a lever or a button, but you enter this state where you're focusing on an object or your breath, and you're aware of those other thoughts as they come in to your mind, and then just let them keep moving. So this practice of continuing to bring your focus back to the object of meditation is the true meditation. And the idea that you could clear your mind or think of nothing is just a little bit of a maybe oversimplification to what, at least for me, it feels like when I kind of get into that state, that I feel myself sinking into deeper and deeper states of calm.
I think power comes from being able to acknowledge any kind of negative thought or stimulus that arises and not choosing to let it have power over you. So over time, meditation actually increases the gray matter in our brain, and we can really help ourselves become calm when we're faced with these triggers, because we are slowly training ourselves to let them go and to replace them with more positive, healthy thoughts that aren't driven by ego, that are only driven by pure love. And that's when you really get in touch with your authentic self. So meditation is what I like to think of as a form of self-discovery.
I like that.
And so many people block this out. So they come home from a stressful day and they drink. And they sometimes drink a whole bottle of wine because they're stressed out. And instead, they can do a yoga practice. They can do a meditation practice. And that would give them that clarity they need, where they don't have to depend on substances. If they depend on them, because it's the only way they can deal with the negative thoughts, the stressful thoughts in their mind.
Yes. I know ASMR videos are another very meditative experience for me. Sometimes when I'm watching videos, I find myself becoming distracted by maybe thinking too much about how this person maybe is making this sound or is making a certain part of the video. And then I once again want to just notice that my brain is becoming distracted from relaxation and just bring my focus back to just the sounds of the video or the person's voice who's speaking. And in that way, it's kind of this lesson that I'm constantly teaching myself or strengthening my ability to notice those distractions and then come back to that relaxed state that's always within us. Even when we feel totally overwhelmed, that peaceful, relaxed person is still there inside of us. And all we have to do is exercise the tiniest bit of intention to let that relaxed part of us kind of come out and blossom, and to just feel a sense of control over our thoughts, that we don't get wrapped up in negativity or wrapped up in stress or feeling like it's carrying us away. But how do we regain our control or take our control back to say, no, I'm not going to be stressed right now. I'm going to relax. And the more that you practice, the better you get at doing it, even in really stressful situations.
And that can be easier said than done too. So I'd like to give you guys a takeaway with this little breathing exercise. It's 4, 7, 8. This meaning that we breathe in for 4, we hold for 7, and then we release for 8. And if we concentrate on bringing in our breath through our nose, down through our body, we want it to glide past that vagus nerve and really put us in that rest and relaxation state. So while we're doing this, we're actually massaging that vagus nerve. So you actually are controlling your body and changing the state of your being. And this is a tool that you can use anytime, anywhere. I think if most of us started using this tool, we would realize we don't need to take anti-anxiety medications. We don't need to try to drink alcohol or take these certain calming substances. That our calm is literally coming from within and made from within. And the breath that we breathe has the power to do that for us if we let it flow through us in that way.
That is so beautiful.
It has helped me so much. I've been using it for 2 weeks now, and it has changed my life. So I'm always open to new techniques, new meditations, and I hope you guys try that out too. Next time you're in a stressed out situation, maybe you're letting paranoid thoughts come to your head, or maybe you know that you're going to be stressed. Just practice that 4, 7, 8.
So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this little video, and I hope that you will maybe try out some of these little things that we've talked about. And of course, if you're interested in watching some of Ambree's fitness videos or any of our yoga and guided meditation videos, you can find them over on the Psychetruth channel, where we've really dedicated ourselves to trying to just put out helpful resources that can help people feel better and live better. So, thank you so much for joining us here and letting us share with you some of our little philosophies, you could say. And we look forward to seeing you again in the very next video.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
If you enjoy our ASMR massage and back tickling videos, I hope you'll take a moment to join me on Psychetruthpatrons.com, where you will find dozens of videos that we've either had to remove from YouTube or that we'll never post on YouTube. And of course, there's plenty of bloopers and behind the scenes as well, so you can see everything that goes into our video creation process. YouTube has made it excessively difficult for us to survive on our YouTube channel alone, so we are eternally grateful for our Patreon supporters who allow us to keep doing what we love and producing these videos for you. We show